All right, what is going on, everyone? And welcome back to Mets Weekly as we are live at this very moment on YouTube and on X for watch along coverage of Mets versus Marlins game 52 of 162. But before we get into it, I want to remind everyone to subscribe to the Mets Weekly YouTube channel for live episodes of the Mets Weekly podcast following every single regular season series. Just recorded one yesterday, right before yesterday's game. Make sure to go check that out if you have not already. For those of you watching or listening on playback, you want to join the conversation in the future, make sure to turn on those post notifications to know when we go live. Make sure to follow Mets Weekly on X and on TikTok. Follow all of us individually. The links are in the description. So here we are. We are back for more, as we usually are, live for every single one of these games for watch-along coverage, coming off of a loss yesterday, which was a borderline snooze fest offensively for this team, where they got one run, which came in the first inning. They disappeared right after that. They got 3 total hits, 2 of them from Juan Soto, 1 of them from A.J. Ewing. They did not get a single base runner to scoring position. You had some bright spots in that game, however. Again, Juan Soto continues his hot stretch, and he has been one of the hottest hitters in all of baseball right now, leading the National League in weighted runs created plus. For those of you who follow that stat, if you don't, basically is the same scale as OPS. Now, you also had Jonah Tong make his return to the major leagues, and he was actually pretty good. 3 scoreless innings, had commanded the strike zone a lot better. He was getting ahead in the count a lot better as well. And more importantly, was not walking any hitters. That was good. He walked one guy, but then he dialed right back in. He looked really good from the stretch. So we'll see if he's going to be able to build on that. They said that he's going to stick around, so that's great. But in the meantime, as of right now, let's get into this game. And of course, we'll start with this pitching matchup. Freddie Peralta back out to the mound, and it is very important that he has himself a really, really good start. And he will face Max Meyer, who is off to a very, very great start, a 2.85 earned run average so far this year across 53 2/3 innings pitched. And listen, these are the types of pitchers that usually the Mets do a little bit better against. Instead, they usually struggle against the bad ones because they're so ass backwards in that way. So we'll see what happens. But either way, let's get into these starting lineups. For first, you're visiting New York Mets, our New York Mets. Leading off the right fielder, Carson Bench. Batting second, the shortstop, Bo Bichette. Batting third, the left fielder, Juan Soto. Batting cleanup, the third baseman, Brett Beatty. Batting fifth, the first baseman, Mark Vientos. Batting sixth, the center fielder, A.J. Ewing. Batting seventh, the second baseman, Marcus Semien. Batting eighth, the designated hitter, M.J. Melendez. And batting ninth, the catcher, Luis Torrens. On to the Marlins side. Batting first, leading off, the second baseman is Xavier Edwards. Batting second, the designated hitter, Liam Hicks. Batting third, the shortstop, Otto Lopez. Batting cleanup, the left fielder, Kyle Stowers. Batting fifth, the center fielder, Jacob Marcy. Batting sixth, the first baseman, Connor Norby. Batting seventh, the right fielder, Owen Gacy. Batting eighth, the third baseman, Graham Pauley. And batting ninth, the catcher, Joe Mack. So a little bit of a different look here. Otto Lopez did not play. He's been off to a fantastic start this season. I believe he is top 3 in National League batting average right now. And also has himself a 856 OPS. So he has had a really good start to the season. And he's in there against the right-hander. And we also will get to see Graham Pauley, who I believe is the son of a former major leaguer. You historians out there probably would be able to, hold on, let me see. But either way, we're just about ready to go. about, let's see, 5 minutes away from first pitch. Yeah, he is the son of. I just don't know the name. Hold on. I just don't know the name by heart here. You guys probably would know this better than me. He is the son of some big leaguer, unless I'm thinking of somebody else on this team. That may be Codines. Yeah, okay, never mind. Scratch that. Anyways, let's say hi to some of you guys in the chat here. We've got BBA saying Peralta has to pitch well today. Mets cannot afford to lose both Peralta and McLean starts. Absolutely. We got to see Peralta get into the sixth inning. That's basically the key to this game, in my opinion. Maxwell saying it feels like MJ Melendez has not done anything in weeks, and he still has a higher OPS than most of these guys in this lineup. Pitiful. Yeah, it looks like his time with this team is going to come to a close as Jared Young is working his way back. So a few more days of MJ Melendez, as we all expected. And then we will see Jared Young take that spot on the roster, likely because MJ Melendez does have options, so he'll likely stay in the organization. Mayer is going to be a big problem for us. It's very possible he's off to a really, really good start. He's starting to find his footing after struggling a little bit as well to stay healthy. We've got Matt here in the chat as well, the usual play-by-play guy here, but today I am taking over. Every pitcher's a big problem for us. Yeah, Mad Mask's about to throw a shutout. Melendez's average has dropped to 215. It's time for a change. I just don't think he's really putting up that many competitive ABs in general, to be honest. I don't think it's really, I don't really think it's much as stats, to be honest, because he's more of a part-time player. I think it's just the fact that he just has not looked competitive, and he's basically just swinging through every single fastball and not maybe able to make any contact through anything. Like, that's basically just what it's been at this point. But we all knew that. Like, to me, I knew that Melendez would have a little bit of success here, especially with how good he looked in spring. But I knew it was going to wear off. Like we've seen that throughout his entire career. He's had really, really good stretches in the power department strictly. And considering he has a decent enough eye to where he swings at strikes and he does not chase as much. But we all knew that was going to go away. Like that was, we all knew that that was going to die down. He was going to maintain a 1200 OPS he had at the beginning. Like, that wasn't going to happen. That's basically what he's been throughout his entire career. So it's basically just getting what you can get from him, squeezing as much as you can out of the tube of toothpaste, but it is time to move on from Melendez, and the Mets are definitely going to move on. He is definitely going to be the corresponding move for Jared Young, considering they have pretty much the same role that they would on this team. We're about a minute away from first pitch here as Max Mayer will come out to the mound against this Mets team that, again, coming off a brutal offensive performance yesterday. One run that came in the first inning from Juan Soto, who demolished that ball into the far second deck in Miami. And then there was nothing after that. Soto had a hit. AJ Ewing had a hit. That was about it. Nobody got to scoring position at all throughout the entire game. So they need to see some greener pastures, just to say that. But there's the lineup graphic there on SNY. It'll be Benj, Bichette, and Soto to start off the Mets here in the road first. And like I said, they will be going up against Max Mayer, who is off to a great start and arguably the best pitcher on this Marlins team right now to start off the season, statistically. Basically, he's been doing almost exactly what Clay Holmes was doing for us, where he was just shoving, going in deep into games. And, you know, the rest of the rotation kind of wasn't grabbing their footing yet. There's their defense, Kyle Stowers. back in the outfield. He was DHing yesterday in left field. Got Jacob Marzi in center, who made a couple of great plays against the Mets bats. Owen Gacy, the rookie, in right field, one of the key pieces in return for Edward Cabrera during the offseason. So, yeah, the offense has got to be way better. And it's not going to get any easier, especially when you get to a guy like Max Meyer, who has been off to a fantastic start. But knowing the Mets, who'd like to defy all logic, they'll hit this guy, but wouldn't be able to hit Yuri Perez, who has struggled for a long time. But either way, Max Meyer getting his warm-up pitches in. We are just about ready to go here in Miami for Game 2 of this series. The Mets coming into the day at, 22-29. The Marlins skipped ahead of them in the standings last night. They are 23-29, so a half game difference between these two teams. For last place, Carson Benj leads off, acknowledges Mayer, and we are underway here in Miami. The first pitch is a fastball in there for a called strike, and it is 0-1 to Benj. Benj hitless yesterday, but he hit the ball pretty well. Did not result in anything, unfortunately. 0-1 on the way to Benj. That changeup misses far outside, and the count's now even. Mayer is now 28 years old, I believe. Been in the majors for a little bit. 1-1. That slider is in there for a strike, and it's 1-2. Who's pitching on both sides and who's in the Mets lineup? It's on the screen right now. I don't know if you're on the vertical version or the horizontal version. The 1-2, that breaking ball misses. Did he check his swing? He did not go, and the count's now even 2-2. But it's Peralta versus Mayer on the Mets side. It's along the bottom of the screen if you want to go to the horizontal version, unless you're not there. Two. Strike three called. Got him looking with the fastball high and in. Perfectly placed pitch to saw someone off, but Benj did not offer it. One down. The only real changes here is Melendez is your DH instead of Soto. Let's see. Morabito's not playing. Only real changes. Here's Bo Bichette. He takes that one upstairs, 1-0. Bichette 0 for 4 last night, coming off of a incredible series in D.C. Wasn't able to build on it just yet. The 1-0, fastball in there for a strike, and the count's now even. Bichette has been slowly but surely coming around, but still just has not been his best. The 1-1. Slash the other way, foul. The 1-2. Breaking ball misses outside, and the count's now even 2-2. Two. Hit in the air to left field. Definitely playable for Stowers. He'll make the catch. 2 down. That'll bring up Juan Soto, who was responsible for the only run yesterday. Hey, Carson, okay, we're doing this again. Oy vey, yeah. I don't know if you're talking about me being on here again. But listen, I will always show up to work here, guys. Don't worry. don't have to worry about my ethic. I love being here. Here's Soto, first pitch, misses inside on a fastball, and it's 1-0. I'm going to look at Soto's home run last night, which was a monstrous tank to near the artillery pole there in the second deck of right center field. And it looks like we're going to get a conference here. No, the Mets, you're golden. Yeah. No, the Mets be the Mets. We're used to this by now. Soto's red hot. Rest of the lineup, not really. There's that discrepancy there. Soto, oh, Jesus Christ, it's 1,200 OPS so far this year when the Mets lose. And when they win, he's worse, which is usually not the case for key players. Takes that pitch low, but it was called a strike. Soto's going to challenge it, and he's going to get that overturned. Don't test Juan Soto. 2-0. Soto going to be humiliating a lot of umpires with this challenge system. Another timeout is called. And Soto steps right back into the box. 2-0. Sweeper in there for a strike, and it's 2-1. Soto entering the day with a .301 batting average, a .965 OPS on the season. He has been glistening hot. The 2-1 swung on and missed there. That was a sinker, I believe. First one of Mayer's day. The 2-2 lays off that breaking ball, and the count is run full. Brett Beatty on deck, batting cleanup today because why not, right? The 3-2 misses down and inside for ball 4, and Soto is on for the Mets' first base runner of this game. Here's a look at Max Meyer from Woodbury, Minnesota. He was the 3rd overall pick by the Marlins back in 2020, the pandemic draft. That was the picks right after Spencer Torkelson and Heston Kjerstad, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong. Here's Beatty.
She wanna go viral.
First pitch, swung on and missed there at that slider. And it's 0-1. Beatty 0 for 2 last night. He's had a pretty good stretch recently, but again, I ain't buying it yet. The 0-1, swing and miss at that sweeper, and it's quickly 0-2 to Beatty. I don't know why, but I feel hopeful for this team, even though what my eyes are telling me makes it burn and sting. That's pretty much it, and that gets away. That pickoff attempt, it doesn't look like Soto's going anywhere unless that went into the dugout. He would be taking second base right here. But I don't think it did. So Soto stays at first as he dove head first into that. It hit the umpire, so I guess they're going to call interference on that. Go to Beatty. Swung on and missed at that breaking ball, and that'll retire the side. We'll go to the bottom of the first. No runs, no hits, no errors, a walk, 1 left. Go to the bottom of the first. No score. Freddie Peralta will take the mound. Shout out to everybody in here. If you are new, make sure to subscribe. Make sure to like the video if you have not already. There's plenty of you in here who have not yet. We find that very insulting when you don't. It will be Edwards, Hicks, and Lopez to start it off for the Marlins in the home first against Freddie Peralta. Yeah, I have been seeing this. Crazy. The Knights looks like Willie Holt Fox Torts will put some life into him. That's usually what a coaching change does in hockey towards the playoff move. They're looking for some kind of life, but hey, yeah, Vegas is looking good right now. I thought Colorado would come out of the West, but may have to think otherwise. Freddie Peralta set to begin. He's at the belt. First pitch to Edwards. Sits high. 92-mile-an-hour fastball. And it is 1-0. Edwards having a fantastic season, but he was 0 for 4 yesterday. The 1-0. That fastball misses outside, and it's 2-0. Freddie has been okay. He's been pretty much himself, what he's been throughout his career. But we do need to see him push a little bit more, as that one is flied out to left field. Lazy fly ball. Soto is under it, takes a few steps, makes the catch, 1 out. As there is the Mets defense. Soto back in left field after DHing yesterday. Ewing back there in center. Benj in right, the usual. Beatty at third base. From left to right. Bichette at shortstop. Here's Hicks, and he pops that one up on the infield. Beatty gets under it. Makes the one-handed grab, 2 down. So 2 quick outs there for Freddie. First inning Freddie is definitely more prominent than 5-inning Freddie, personally. He's always struggled a lot to keep his pitch count down in the first inning, so let's see if he can finish it off here and break the curse of the first 2 outs getting done. And that first pitch to Otto Lopez, who is leading the National League in hitting at .340 batting average. The 1-0, flying out to center field. Ewing is under it. He makes the catch. And that will retire the side. So Freddie Peralta, 1-2-3 inning to start off the day. On 6 pitches, we go to the second. No score. So that was a very efficient first inning there for Freddie. Good to see. It will be Vientos, Ewing, and Semien for the Mets in the road second. 6 pitches. We like that. Efficient Freddie. Who's available in relief today? Pretty much everybody but Manaea, I would say. They just called up Jonathan Pintaro, and they ended up optioning Zach Thornton, which I think we all expected to happen. Actually, I didn't expect that, to be honest. I kind of expected it when I saw Pintaro being called up, and the only guy basically with options left being Thornton, or anybody with actual like flexibility. unless they were going to do something drastic and DFA David Peterson, but for some reason they love him so much. So there's that. Pretty much everybody should be available except Manaea. So pretty much everybody, because Manaea I don't really count as much of a bullpen option as more of just slop at this point. For Mark Vientos, will lead it off for the Mets here in the road second against Max Meyer. First pitch misses outside, and it is 1-0. Vientos still struggling to find that consistency. 0 for 3 last night. Got hot, gets cold. It's basically what he has been ever since his breakout 2024. Breaking pitch misses inside, and it's quickly 2-0 to Vientos. Let's see if he can grab anything here. That would be nice. The 2-0. Grounded off the fists and towards the vacated area on the right side of the infield and into right field for a base hit. The first hit of this game belongs to Mark Vientos, and the Mets have themselves a leadoff base runner here in the second. So, little inside out there. Got a little bit of luck there, but you know what? When you're Vientos and you've been streaky as you've been, you take him any way that you can. That'll bring up A.J. Ewing, who has been bumped up to the 6th hole in the lineup. Excuse me, the 6th hole. First pitch misses outside, and it's 1-0. Vientos not a threat to go anywhere, of course. I don't even know why I said that. He was 1 for 3. Ewing had one of the 3 hits for the Mets. The other 2 were Juan Soto's. 1-0 to Ewing. Slider in there for a strike, and the count's now even. Ewing so far, again, has put up a lot of competitive ABs for this team, and he definitely has been helping. Some warts as well. Not best on the base stealing yet. The 1-2. Sweeper misses low. See if the Mets can make Mayer work here. The 2-1 fouled off. Now it's 2-2 to Ewing. What's going on, Michael? I'm doing all right. Watching my favorite baseball team, the New York Mets. Two-two to Ewing. And that one's tap foul into the Mets dugout near the stairwell. We'll do it again. Let's see. Is there any other games going on? No. Doesn't seem... Oh, wait. Braves and Nationals just getting started in Atlanta. 2-2. Called strike 3. Got him looking at the breaking ball. And A.J. Ewing is down on strikes. So Ewing, that's been pretty much one of the deficiencies that I haven't really been talking about yet, but we'll get into it eventually. A lot of staring at strikes by A.J. Ewing, I've noticed. Maybe a little too patient. So the 2-strike approach has to be better from him in order for that consistency. Here's Marcus Semien with a runner at first and 1 out. Semien 0 for 3, just like a lot of these guys in this lineup last night. Semien sitting at a 580 OPS so far this season. Not fantastic at all. And he grounds that one to the right side. The flip over to shortstop. And the turn from, Otto Lopez. As Semien grounds into a double play. That will end the frame, going on to the bottom of the second. No score. botched that call there. It was Edwards to Lopez to Norby. Everyone's all out of position from last night, so I'm just kind of confused. Take me a minute, guys. My bad. Stowers, Marcy, and Connor Norby. Okay. How many DPs does this team ground into? Geez, I could actually tell you that if you want to see that. Unless you're just, let's see. How many do they ground into? This team has grounded into 37 double plays, which is 8th in the major leagues. The most is the Pittsburgh Pirates with 47. So yeah, it's pretty it's pretty frequent for this team. 37 double plays. That was 38 right there. Not great. Freddie Peralta back out for a second inning of work. First inning was just 6 pitches from him. First pitch, that fastball misses outside to Kyle Stowers. Stowers was an all-star last year for Miami, the lone all-star. As he checks his swing at that high fastball, he went around, says the third base umpire, and it is 1-1. This year, it hasn't been fantastic for Stowers. The 1-1. Changeup misses in the dirt, and it is 2-1. Popped up in foul territory. Beatty will go for a look, and it will be out of play. Let's see if Freddie can continue to make pitches here. There's been some tendencies where he'd go up 0-2 and then just kind of lose the batter a little bit. 2-2. High fastball high and in. That runs the count full. Connor Norby on deck. Excuse me. Jacob Marcy on deck. 3-2. Called strike 3. Got him with the slider. That may have been a changeup. Yeah, that was a changeup. My bad, guys. 1 down. We need Lindor and Polanco back in a bad way. Just anyone who can actually hit. True. Here's that stat from going into this year. The only 2 pitchers with 200 strikeouts plus over the last 3 seasons, Freddie Peralta and Dylan Cease. Here's Jacob Marcy, who played a fantastic center field last night, because that's usually what happens when the Marlins play the Mets. They just turn into instant Gold Glovers. As that first pitch slider misses low. Fastball misses high and away, and it's quickly 2-0. On the way. Fastball misses high, and it's now 3-0 to Marcy with Connor Norby on deck. Come on, Freddie. And that one misses low and in, and it's a 4-pitch walk to Marcy with 1 out here. And that's the first base runner surrendered by Freddie Peralta. They're going to be showing Marcy's plays in the outfield. Ground ball through the hole, gets past a sliding Beatty. I don't know what the hell that was. And that throw is backed up by Peralta. The throw to third by Juan Soto, which was not very on target. That allows Norby to get to second, and it is now second and third here with one out. So Freddie's got some trouble to work out of. That'll bring up Owen Gacy. Casey drove in both runs for Miami last time. He swings and misses at that slider, and it's quickly 0-1. Whoops. And that slider misses. The count's now even. Mets infield is in. And that one misses in the dirt. 2-1. Bichette tried to get that one. It was completely out of his reach. Maybe a little bit of miscommunication between him and Beatty. The 2-1. That one is lined into the right field corner, and that is going to open up the scoring here to Benj. Owen Gacy is in with an RBI double. 2 runs come in to score, and it is quickly 2-0 Miami. Mark was not able to get that with the infield playing in. And the Mets are down here early. Here's Graham Pauley. First pitch fastball is fouled off. The 0-1 checks his swing. He did not go. That one misses. Yep. The 1-1. That one is fastball is fouled back. It'll go into the seats. And it's 1-2 to Pauley. The 1-2, curveball in the dirt. That evens up the count. Two-two. Curveball fouled back, caught a piece of Terren's. And he looks to be okay. His team got owned by the Braves, and now they found their stroke and defense. Yep, that's about right. 2-2. Swung on and missed. It was foul tip, says the umpire. 2 down. Freddie's second strikeout of the day. That'll bring up Joe Mack. The 9-hole hitter. 1 for 3 yesterday. First pitch popped up a mile high past the infield. Beatty on the run towards foul territory. Makes the catch, and that retires the side, but not before Miami plates 2 in the home second We go to the third, 2-0 Miami. So now you have Owen Casey, who has driven in 4 runs so far in this series. They have been all of the runs for Miami so far. He just keeps on striking once again. And the Mets are down 2-0. Marlins will sweep the Mets. If they keep playing like this, absolutely. It'll be Melendez, Torrens, and then Benj for the Mets in the road third. Against Max Meyer. We got some news here, guys. Former Met Taijuan Walker just signed a minor league deal with the Angels. That seems like a good fit for him. He's horrible. The Angels are horrible. Not bad. Here's MJ Melendez, the designated hitter, batting 8th. First pitch, fly ball to center field. Jacob Marcy is under it. 1 out. Way to make him work there, MJ. Stupid swing decisions. That'll bring up Luis Torrens, who was 0 for 2 last night. It's hard to watch this team. Yes, it is. It definitely is. Especially when you see just a bunch of nothing. First pitch. Rides inside, and it's 1-0 to Torrens. Torrens getting most of the catching duties with Alvarez on the shelf for the time being. 1-0. That sinker misses in, and it's quickly 2-0. On the way. Slider is in there for a strike. This guy Max Meyer has himself a hard slider. Really does. Bends inwards and touch 92 miles an hour. That's in there for a strike. I can deal with bad pitching, but bad offense like ours makes this game a slog. That fastball misses low, and the count's now full to Torrens. Benj on deck to flip over the order. Yeah, I definitely agree. 3-2, fouled down the third base line. Yeah, you're just getting absolutely nothing right now. Zip. Maybe the fortunes will change, right, guys? 3-2. Upstairs and a ball 4 as the Mets have themselves a base runner. Walking the 9-hole hitter. And that'll bring up Carson Benj. Usually a good team would make a team pay for walking the 9-hole hitter. But are we a good team? I guess we'll have to find out, right? Carson Benj 0 for 1 so far with a strikeout. First pitch. In there for a called strike on the outside corner. The 0-1 to Benj. Changeup misses down and away, and the count's now even. The 1-1 to Benj. That changeup misses outside as well. And it's now 2-1. So Mayer having a little bit of trouble with his control right now. Maybe the Mets can take advantage of it. The 2-1 in there for a called strike, and that evens the count at 2-2. Bo Bichette on deck. The 2-2 swung on and missed at that sweeper down and in. 2 out. That'll bring up Bo Bichette. Bichette's 0 for 1 so far. First pitch, grounded towards the middle of the diamond. Xavier Edwards will go the short way to get Terrence at second. That'll retire the side. We go to the bottom of the third, 2-0 Miami. This is unwatchable. Really is. Would it be valid for me to just crash out live right here? I think it would be. I think I've earned it, right? 37 ground into double plays through the first 50 games. Yep. You got it. I think it's 58 now. Our rookies can't come up and can't hit. Yeah, Morbido has not looked great, but I don't think he's playing today. I think Ewing's looked okay, but not fantastic. And then Benj is at least coming around, but slow due process, I guess, right? At this rate, I'm just waiting for this game to be done so I can go watch the Knicks. Any Knicks fans in the chat right now? Xavier Edwards will lead off for the Marlins here in the home third. Takes the first pitch for a strike. Knicks better than this baseball product. Damn right. This has to be the year, guys. It has to be. Because what else are we sacrificing all the other New York teams for? Seems like it, right? Oh, 1 to Edwards. That changeup is fouled back, and it's quickly 0-2. This team has to show some kind of fight because this is just ridiculous. The 0-2 to Edwards. Curveball misses into the dirt. Edwards has usually been a pest for the Mets in these past years. So far, they've kept him in check. 1-2. Bounced right back to Freddie Peralta. Leaps off the mound, throws to first. On to Vientos. 1 out. Now to bring up Liam Hicks. First pitch from Peralta. Fastball in there for a strike, and it's 0-1. Hicks is 0 for 1 so far. Popped up to third. His first time up. My Dodgers season is cooked. The 0-1. That breaking ball misses outside. My Dodgers season is cooked too. Your Dodgers. Trying to farm sympathy for a Dodger fan. That one's fouled down the first base line. 1-2. I think the Dodgers will be okay. And you guys lost Diaz, but there's also some crazy shit going on with him with the fucking cockfighting stuff. But 1-2 from Freddie. Hit in the air, deep to right field. Back goes Benj onto the track. He leaps, and it's over the wall for a home run. 3-0 Miami. A solo shot for Liam Hicks, his 10th of the year. And the Mets are now down 3-0. That was a hanging breaking ball. He was waiting for it with 2 strikes. And he destroyed that thing. Liam Hicks continuing his exquisite start to the season. And the Mets find themselves down 3-0 here in the third. Here's Otto Lopez, first pitch swinging, and he lines that towards the right center field gap. That's going to roll all the way to the wall. Benj gets to it as Lopez digs into first standing, and he's got himself a 1-out double following the home run. 4th hit of the day here for Miami. Here's Kyle Stowers. Freddie is now 37 pitches deep into this game. First pitch is lined foul down the first base line, just foul. Our guy leaps, and it goes over his head. They leap and catches the ball. Yeah, pretty much. Nothing's going our way. Doesn't seem like it does ever. Just over Benj's glove. Nothing he could do about that. The 0-1. Fastball misses upstairs. And the count's now even. Season is over for real. Yep. We're done. I'm over it. I really am. 1-2. Swung on a miss at that slider. Now it's 1-2. Freddie now 40 pitches deep into his outing. One, two. Changeup misses outside. Jacob Morrissey on deck. The 2-2. Swung on a miss at a fastball. That is Freddie's third strikeout of the day. 2 down. 5-inning Freddie, another Stearns gem. We have to win Peralta games. End of story. In his entire Mets tenure, Freddie has given up 0 runs only once. Sorry, but he reeks, man. Can't be giving up 2 to 3 runs to start. I mean, sure. If you want to expect a lot more, especially in a contract year from him, but this is basically all he has been. The offense has to show up, and it's not showing up. The 0-1 to Marcy is high and inside. Doesn't matter how deep our pitchers go into the games or how many runs they give up. Our offense is putrid pile of garbage. Pretty much, that's basically what it's been. The 1-1 from Freddie Peralta. Just misses. Fastball 95. And it's 2-1. The 2-1. Hit in the air towards left center field. Ewing on the run makes the catch near the edge of the warning track to retire the side. Marlins get another run. We go to the 4th. 3-0 Miami. How can an offense get this bad? I really don't. I don't know. Really don't know how an offense can get this bad. That guy is pitching like a Cy Young. As much as I like Peralta, seems like another failed trade. Let's hope Stearns can flip Peralta and get something for him. Looks like Peralta won't be getting that 7-year deal. I mean, I was never going to give him a 7-year deal in the first place. But yeah, he's definitely hasn't been to the level that we were expecting. I don't think he's an ace at all, so never thought that. But yeah, we got to see a little bit more from him. It's a little more oomph, let's just say that. More clean innings, which we're not getting. It'll be Soto, Beatty, and Vientos for the Mets in the road 4th as they look to try and come back into this game with the offense basically been starved since they've landed in Miami. Max Meyer back out to the mound. Soto walked his first time up. First pitch in there for a called strike, and it's 0-1. Soto has pretty much been the only guy doing anything. The 0-1. Sinker misses outside, and it's 1-1. Soto. One is rolled over to the right side. Xavier Edwards up with it, throws to first, 1 down. Here's Beatty. 0 for 1 so far in this game. Struck out. First pitch sweeper misses low. One zero. Fastball in there for a strike on the outside corner. The 1-1. That sweeper misses low and inside. Still stunned that our incompetent manager Doze is still our manager. Yeah, I don't know how they haven't let go already. Low and in slider, and it's 3-1 to Beatty. With Mark Vientos on deck, who has the Mets' only hit so far in this game. The 3-1. That bends in there for a strike, and the count runs full. Mayer has already walked three batters already. This will be the fourth if he does to Beatty. 3-2, and he does just that as that misses low and inside, and Beatty is there on with a 1-out walk. That'll bring up Mark Vientos, who's 1 for 1. The only Mets hit so far was an opposite field grounder through the vacated spot. Like I said in some of my keys, wanted to see the Mets be a little bit more aggressive. Pickoff attempts. Beatty just gets back there safely. This team walks a lot of hitters, and they give up a lot of stolen bases. As back pick, back to first, as the first pitch to Vientos misses low and outside. But Beatty's back there safely. They really are honed in on Beatty possibly stealing a base, which usually doesn't happen that much. Swipe a bag there or two, but... One out to Vientos. Hit high in the air to center field. This will be playable for Marcy. He gets under it, makes the catch, 2 out. That'll bring up A.J. Ewing. They showed the replay of the play on that grounder that went by Vientos. Of course, that idiot was mid-air jump when the ball was hit, so he didn't have time to go to his side. Yeah, of course. Yep, Mark Vientos, a man of IQ and instinct. Of course. 2 out and a runner at first, and here's A.J. Ewing. That first pitch is a fastball in there for a strike. And it's 0-1. Ewing struck out his last time up. The 0-1. Fastball fouled away towards the left field crowd. And it's quickly 0-2. Meyer now at 57 pitches, about to throw his 58th. So that's working the count a little bit better in comparison to what they were doing with Perez last night, but they got to get something going. The 0-2. Sweeper misses low and in. One, two to Ewing. Check swing. Did he go? Third base umpire says he has, and that'll retire the side. We go to the bottom of the fourth. The Mets down 3-0. Jesus. Oh, we got a Marlins fan here, or somebody who's rooting for the Marlins. I don't know if you're a Marlins fan, but saying let's go fish. Well, they're winning right now. Nothing worse than swinging outside of the zone and watching strike three right by. Yeah, terrible approach. Yeah, we're in Memorial Day weekend, but I don't think we usually say Happy Memorial Day, but hey. Whatever. That's going to be identity. That's usually identity day for baseball teams, and where the Mets are heading right now, we'll see. For those of you in here, make sure to leave a like. See, they've moved the home run sculpture to outside, as it used to be in center field. Freddie Peralta back out to the mound for the fourth inning. The hell is that? I guess Steve Gelbs is in a... Okay, that's weird. I never want to see that again. First pitch to Norby, and that one is lined foul into the left field crowd. Nice catch by that fan. You're from Miami, fan since I was 10 years old. Well, props to you, man. That team has had some rough times. Changeup misses outside, and the count's now even 1-1. It amazes me that this team has tried everything from trades to bring up vets and young players, and some reason they're holding on to an incompetent manager. Well, it seems like that's the guy they want in their locker room. So I'm done questioning it at this point. That's swing and miss at that changeup, and it's 1-2 now to Connor Norby. Freddie is now about to throw his 50th pitch of the day. The 1-2, that curveball misses inside. Should have been challenged. They didn't challenge. And it's 2-2. 2-2, fastball fouled back. Two misses outside, and the count is now run full. Three-two to Norby. Got him looking on a fastball on the outer corner. 1 out. 4 strikeouts for Freddie today. They won the World Series when I was 11 years old in 2013 against the Yankees. And then I think their next playoff appearance, I think, was what, 2023? Like right after that? Like they didn't make the playoffs for a while. Marlins, the Marlins have 4 playoff appearances, I think, and 2 of them they won the World Series. First pitch from Freddie Peralta to Owen Casey, fouled back, hanging slider, so got away with that one. The 0-1, changeup misses low. Owen Casey is responsible for all of the runs that have been scored so far in this series for Miami. 2-run double his last time up in the second inning. That fastball misses low, and it's 2-1. There's Clayton McLeod. Clayton McLeod. And that changeup is in there for a strike, and it evens the count at 2-2. Graham Pauley on deck. Two from Peralta. Swung on and miss at that curve ball. And Peralta starts off the fourth with a pair of strikeouts. And it's been pretty rough since. Yeah, so 6th-inning Freddie. Maybe. He's got to get out of this inning first. Because like I've said so much, they get the first 2 outs. And then here's Graham Pauley. And there it is once again. Pauley's got himself a single to center field. Cut off by Ewing, so Pauley won't go anywhere else. He's going toward the gap there. It was hit pretty hard. And as the 5th hit of this game for Miami, it's a 2-out hit to Pauley. That'll bring up Joe Mack. Like I said, guys, this happens every time, right? They get the first 2 outs, and then first 2 outs, and then, bowel movement down the pants. Joe Mack fouls back that breaking ball, and it's 0-1. Mack popped out his first time up. He's 0 for 1. That changeup misses outside. One. Fouled back to the screen. And Freddie's 1 strike away from getting out of this inning. Already had 62 pitches on the day. Definitely worked a little bit in that 2nd inning. Oh, yeah, they were in 2020. Yeah, they've been like 4 times, I think. We're cooked, boys. Looks like it, doesn't it? 1-2 to Mack. Changeup misses outside. The count's now even. The all-time leaders against the Mets. Gabby Sanchez, huge Mets killer. Batting average, and then, of course, Stanton with 35 home runs in his career against us. 2-2, foul down the first base line. We'll do it again. And the Mets have had their fair share of history against the Marlins. Not much of it is good. Two-two, pickoff attempt at first base as Pauley gets back in there safely. Two-two from Freddie. Fastball misses outside, and the count now runs full. Three-two to Mack. Misses downstairs, and that'll walk the 9-hole hitter. It'll be first and second with 2 out here. That'll bring up Xavier Edwards. First 2 outs. There's no excitement with this team. Yeah. Boring, stale, awful baseball. Justin Willard will come out to the mound to talk to Freddie as he's about to face the order for the 3rd time through. Depressing that this team It's already back to being unwatchable after 1 to 2 weeks of good play. Can't find consistency. Just hasn't been fun. Really hasn't. The hell? Edwards is 0 for 2 today. First pitch, called strike. It was low. Got away with that one. 0-1. Edwards 0 for 2. Flew out his first time up, his second time out. Grounded out back to the pitcher. The 0-1 fouled off into the left field seats, and it's quickly 0-2. They did find consistency. A way to consistently break a fan base's hearts. Well, when you put it that way, I see it. But Freddie, your contract calls for 5 innings. He'll probably get through 5 innings. Maybe pitches into the 6th if he stops fucking dilly-dallying. That would be cool, right? The 0-2. Bounce to the left side slowly. Vientos screws up the scoop to first base, but it looks like what's his name's a dead duck at home. So good recovery there by Vientos. It will be a hit for Xavier Edwards. And however, out at home. So that'll retire the side. The Mets have just 1 hit on the day. 3-0. Good recovery there from Mark. We go to the 5th. They got lucky. Yes, they did. Not lucky enough. Myers is a stud. He's been rolling for the past 3 weeks. Y'all ran into him today. Yeah, no, he's off to a really, really good start. He is. And he was a highly touted prospect a few years ago. Now he's finally finding his footing. What is it, 5 years later? So, good for him, I guess. I would like to see the Mets, be alive against him, but that just has not been happening so far. It'll be Simeon, Melendez, and Terens for the Mets in the road 5th. So, I don't think Freddie has been god-awful, but he still needs to be better than this. The hell is this? Okay. Twitter is so fucking weird, people. It really is. Yeah, so Paulie tried to score there. Could not. He was a dead duck. Here's Simeon. First pitch lined right into the glove of the shortstop, Otto Lopez. 1 out. That'll bring up MJ Melendez, who swung at the first pitch his last time up, flew out to center. Does not swing first pitch as that fastball misses down and in. And it's 1-0. 1-0. Just clips the bottom right part of the zone for strike one. One. Popped up in shallow left field. Stowers calls off Marcy, makes the catch. 2 down. And that'll bring up Luis Torrens. Might as well start the post game now. No post game today, but tomorrow there will be. Well, it's just golfing at every at bat. Yeah, pretty much. Here's Torrens. Torrens' first time up walked. One of the few base runners the Mets have had in this game. And he takes a sweeper low and in. Fouls that one down the third base line. And the count's now even. Max Meyer pretty much rolling right now. 66 pitches. Trying to get through 5. The 1-1. Swing and a miss at a middle fastball, and it's 1-2. The 1-2. Grounded off the glove of Mayer, but right into Otto Lopez, who barehands it, throws to first. Torrens, frustrated, slams his helmet, and that'll retire the side. Halfway through this game, 3-0 Miami. The Mets continue to be starved for offense. The Mets have yet to get a single runner into scoring position in this entire series so far. Fucking pathetic. Absolutely pathetic. This team has no killer instinct with a big bat in the lineup. Speaking of killer instinct, crazy. Just going through the motions. A little too often, huh? A little too often. Freddie Peralta will go back out to the mound for a 5th inning of work. Strictly unwatchable. Nats and Braves resumed after a small rain delay in Atlanta. Top 3rd. The Phillies are on a delay in Philadelphia with Cleveland. They were supposed to start about an hour and a half ago. It will be Hicks, Lopez, and Stowers. There's a 5-inning recap. First pitch, change up in there for a strike, and it's 0-1. Last time up, Liam Hicks hit one into the right field bullpen to extend Miami's lead to 3-0. And that fastball misses up and away. And it's 1-1. The 1-1 slashed down the right field line, but that'll go foul. And it's 1-2. Freddie now at 72 pitches on the day. So it's possible he can pitch into the 6th, but we'll see. This team wouldn't have killer in them unless Jeffrey Dahmer had them bent over in the dugout. And probably not even then that. Probably not with that, to be honest. The 1-2. Fastball misses outside. The count's now even. The 2-2. Lifted in the air deep to right field, and that's going to be the second home run of the day for Liam Hicks. His 11th of the year, his second of the game. And it is now 4-0 Miami here in the bottom of the 5th. Unfucking watchable. So Liam Hicks gets Freddie Peralta once again, and it's now 4-0. Unfucking real. Truly unreal. 1 hit. 1. 4 hits all series. 4 hits. Otto Lopez grounds one to Beatty. Beatty up with it, throws to first, 1 out. Unwatchable. Borderline torture. Here's Kyle Stowers. First pitch swinging, pops that one up in shallow right field. Simeon calls off from it, but he lets Benj take it. 2 out. Benj loses his hat there. Peralta's been a bigger disappointment than McLean this season. I think McLean's been fine. He just had a really, really bad outing. Yeah, but Freddie is definitely tempered expectations a little bit. Here's Jacob Marcy. First pitch in there for a strike. Well, I mean, I don't really know how much of the blame I can put to any of the pitching right now with the offense being this awful. The 0-1. That pitch is hit foul into the left field seats. 0-2. Marcy scored a run in the second inning on Owen Gacy's 2-run double. The 0-2 popped up into left field. Soto's under it. He makes the catch. That retires the side. End of 5 innings. The Marlins get one more on Liam Hicks' second home run of the day. It's 4-0 Miami. So we go to the 6th. It's just fucking unbelievable. Is there truly anybody saving this team? Like, is there truly anybody? Really can't tell. Will we get 2 hits this inning? Soto will give you 1. We're gonna need a little bit more than that, but I guess that'll be a start, right? Truly unwatchable. It'll be the top of the order here. Benj, Bichette, Soto. So if you want to get something going, now would be the time. Beautiful day in Miami. Guess there's a silver lining for everything, right? Max Mayer back out to the mound. Gives a called strike on the outside part of the plate, which should not have been called a strike. And it's 0-1 to Benj. Benj is 0 for 2 so far. He's struck out in both. 0-1, changeup misses high and outside. Mets have not been able to crack Mayer yet. One hit so far. That's about it. Not a single runner to scoring position yet. The 1-1. That fastball misses low. Two one to Benj. Grounded to the right side. Edwards up with it. Easy toss to first base. 1 out. There's the home run sculpture again. It used to be in center field, but they moved it. Here's Bichette. Takes first pitch, sinker in there for a strike, and it's 0-1. Bichette's 0 for 2 so far. Flew out to left in his first AB. Reached on a fielder's choice. The 0-1 is fastball fouled off. The 0-2 swung on and missed at that changeup. And Bichette is down on 3 pitches. First pitch to Soto is a slider in there for a strike. Soto is 0 for 1 with a walk. The 0-1 grounded to shortstop, backhand, and smothered by Lopez. He recovers, throws on to first in time. We go to the bottom of the 6th. 4-0 Miami. Just more pitiful, pitiful baseball. So it looks like Freddie Peralta will get the sixth. Now at 80 pitches on the day. It'll be Norby, Casey, and Graham Pauley for the Marlins in the home sixth. First pitch is fouled off. 94-mile-an-hour fastball, and it's 0-1. There's the play on Soto, the last inning. The 0-1. Curveball misses low. And that pitch is fouled off. 1-2. See how long Freddie can last here. Will likely be his last inning. And he ties him up there. Ugly swing by Connor Norby. He strikes him out. That is Freddie's sixth strikeout of the day. That'll bring up Owen Casey. Got the scoring started in the second with a 2-run double. First pitch. Fastball in there for a strike. Go 1. That one's called a strike. Shouldn't have been, but it's quickly 0-2. The 0-2. Changeup misses low. The 1-2 in there for a called strike 3. 7th strikeout of the day for Freddie Peralta, and they're 2 out. Oh, 1 to Graham Pauley. And he pops this one up in shallow right field. Bench coming on the run. Makes the catch and retires the side. So Freddie gets through 6 innings. We go to the top of the 7th. Mets still down 4-0. I would put Freddie back out there for the 7th, personally. Because what's the use, to be honest? Or maybe just bring in Pintaro to make his debut. Why not? Or his season debut. Beatty, Vientos, and Ewing for the Mets in the road 7th. Looking to get something going, but we all know they won't. Because they are a stink pot offensively. Fred's going to ask for overtime. They're probably going to take him out, but I would put him back out there. Freddie has been trash. Yes and no. Freddie has been pretty much what he's been throughout his career, but we need just a little bit more from him. A little bit more. He's at 90 pitches, so they're probably going to take him out. And I'm sure that Mendoza will tuck him in to bed. Trade the Mets organization. Trade him to Russia. One fucking hit. Damn right. That's it. Max Mayer back out to the mound. 77 pitches in. Pitching into the seventh, which Mets offenses love to do. First pitch, changeup misses outside. Beatty, 1-0. Beatty's 0 for 1. Drew a walk in the fourth last time up. 1-0. In there for a called strike. Fastball down the middle. 1-1. Mayer's given up just one hit. A couple of other base runners on 3 walks. But that's been about it. Not a single runner into scoring position. 1-1. Fouled off. Sweeper. At least Torrens shows he cares, unlike some of others. Yeah. Oh. One, two, swung on and missed. At a high as a up and away fastball, 1 out. Beatty is so fucking garbage. Holy shit. Early for dinner reservations, checking in. What a mess. These teams. This team is canker sore. Yeah, I need the Knicks to win a championship soon because I don't know how much longer I can wait for the Mets to bring home a championship. At least the Mets aren't in last place anymore. Yeah, they are. Mark Vientos fouls off the first pitch. Washington grabbed the lead in Atlanta. 1-0, 1-0. Middle fourth. The 0-1. Ooh. And Vientos gets hit by the pitch. That one, I think, went off of his elbow guard or near his elbow guard. Mets have a base runner in a painful way. Yeah. Above the elbow guard there. His left arm. So Vientos is aboard with 1 out. That'll bring up A.J. Ewing, who's 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts against Mayer. Vientos walking it off a little bit. Yeah, it's ridiculous how they're so high in the lineup. I don't see what they see in them. I really don't. They both are horrible. They really are. They both just suck. And Vientos is discussing right now with the trainer whether he's going to continue on with this game. Mendoza is out as well. Doze is on the screen, so we might as well
Doze! Doze! Doze!
Gotta do that every stream. Haven't done it yet. All right. Jeez. How to play boring baseball. Why are we struggling against the Marlins? They always do. This is always their thing. This is their constant gimmick. Here's Ewing. First pitch from Mayer. Slider in there for a strike as Vientos stays in the game. The 0-1. Looks like Ewing got a piece of that, but it went into the glove of Mack. And it's quickly 0-2. Ewing has struck out already twice today. The 0-2. Sweeper misses low. Mets still have not been able to get much going against Mayer. He's at 86 pitches on the day. About to throw his 87th. The 1-2. Slider misses, low and away. Anthony Bender getting warmed up in the Marlins bullpen. 2-2. Swung on a miss. A very ugly swing there from A.J. Ewing, and he has struck out for the third time today. This is beyond unwatchable, guys. Here's Simeon. First pitch. Checked his swing. He did go, and it's 0-1. The 0-1. Fouled off. Looks like Mack caught a piece of that, and it's quickly 0-2. Walking it off a little bit. He seems to be okay. There's the schedule ahead. Got the Reds after another game tomorrow. Going back home. Starts off at 4 o'clock, which is very, very weird. So podcast will probably have to start around 2. Oh, 2 to Simeon. Slider fouled off his leg, and I think it also caught a piece of Mack again. Getting beat up in this inning. Oh, 2 to Simeon. Sweeper misses outside. One, two. That sweeper misses outside as well as Simeon checks his swing. First base umpire says no, and the count's even 2-2. Two. Bounced foul off of Simeon's leg. Pops right in front of the plate. We'll do it again. Vientos at first with 2 out. Mets have 1 hit on the day. The 2-2. Bounce to third. Paulie will go the short way, and that'll retire the side. 7th inning stretch time in Miami. The Mets still down 4-0. Oops. Carson, if you decide to take a day off from this, I'll understand. This is legitimately rough. I've seen worse. I've seen worse. One freaking hit. Yep, at least we got the Knicks. At least we got the Knicks. It's a waste of baseballs. Canceling batting practice. Terry, yep, very embarrassing. Just unwatchable. Basically just like watching an animal being tortured. For those of you in here, make sure to like the stream for pain if you have not already. Tony, what's going on? This is pathetic. I agree. No one should be subjected to watching this. I would put Freddie back out there for the 7th. I would. I really would. I don't care what his pitch count is. Put him out there and wear it. He'll face Joe Mack. And he'll also face Edwards and Hicks in this inning. So 9-1-2 for Miami. Hey. Running out of words, folks. Running out of words. First pitch to Mack is fouled off. Freddie at 91 pitches. The 0-1. Line drive, base hit towards the right center field gap. Cut off by A.J. Ewing. That is the 8th hit of the day for Miami to the Mets 1. And it's a leadoff hit for Joe Mack. Let's see how long they go with Freddie here. Like they're sticking with him. Top of the order coming up. Xavier Edwards. Edwards fouls that pitch off 0-1. If Fred goes 8, he'll want a new contract. I don't think he's going to go 8. I think this is going to be one of his last batters. Oh, 1 Edwards just clips the outside corner for a called strike on the slider. 0-2. Even really pathetic MLB teams win 50 games, right about where this team is. Jonathan Pintaro, who was just called up today, warming up in the bullpen, as I pretty much expected, like I said. That's our sarcasm magnet. Pretty much, yeah. 0-2, that changeup completely misses. Freddie lost the grip on that one. What's going on, Daniel? Happy Saturday. Look on the bright side. You guys are one game closer to the season being over. Thank you, Mr. Dick Lovelady owns you. Thank you. Thank you for the bright side. That was very warm and fuzzy. Peralta warming up. Pinata warming up. Oh, the pinata. Okay. Did Andrew ever reply? Yeah, he was dealing with some stuff with his dog actually, so he wasn't able to hop on. But I'm sure he'll be on eventually, probably for the podcast maybe. I heard he's actually traveling to New York this week, so. 2-2, swung on and missed at that slider. 1 out. Whoever's behind this account, well done. Well done. Bravo. For those of you in here, make sure to like the stream if you haven't. There's plenty of you in here. That's all I really ask. Other than that, I'm here to be tortured in front of you guys watching this horrible team. Here's Liam Hicks, who has got Freddie Peralta twice already. 2 home runs already in this game. And because Carlos Mendoza is a blubbering idiot, he's going to keep him in this game to face him. That changeup misses low and outside, and it's 1-1. There's no way he can homer for a 3rd time, right? Where's Mr. Green shoots? I don't know. I'm sure he'll say something on Twitter, right? 1-1. Bounced foul. Hit his bat twice, I believe, on the follow-through. 1-2. Peralta has now surpassed 100 pitches on the day. This will likely be his last batter, or maybe they're just going to let him finish the inning, which they should. Because what is the fucking point at this point? One, two. That splitter misses in the dirt. Runner goes nowhere as Terens blocks that one. Green shoots have yielded brown turds. 2-2. Chases. He pops that one up. Beatty drifting back on the run makes the catch. 2 down. Looks like this will probably be Peralta's last batter, I'm guessing. It'll be Otto Lopez, who's 1 for 3 today. Kind of want to just see this Pintaro guy pitch. Terry Blevins blocked me. My win today. First pitch to Lopez. Changeup misses outside. Excuse me, that was a slider. 1-0. Freddie at least dogging it out right now, but not his best outing. 1-0. Changeup misses outside. And it's 2-0 to Lopez. And the Mets are challenging that for some reason, but it did not nick that corner, so the Mets lose a challenge. Two-0. That one wrapped around the strike zone, but it was called a strike. Give us the fart noise. There you go. Dobby saying, really wish what we could have seen originally intended, or could have done at this point. Polanco, Lindor, Alvarez, Young, Mauricio. Yeah, I mean, they're not healthy, but they got to play better than this. That fastball misses low. Hardest pitch of the day here for Freddie Peralta. 97 on that fastball. Looks like he's emptying the tank right now, and he should. 3-1 to Lopez. Fouls that one away. That runs the count full. Out of curiosity to see how it'd go. Yeah, same here. Same here. But it's nothing they can do. Lindor and Polanco feel like the only quality players on the injured list. Everyone else is more of the same. Yeah, true. I mean, Clay Holmes is one swing and a miss at that changeup. And Freddie Peralta just screams and celebrates like there's anything to celebrate. I don't know what the hell that was about. But that's the end of the 7th. Freddie Peralta gets through 7 innings. We go to the 8th. 4-0. With the Mets offense in full-on lifeless mode. It'll be Melendez, Torrens, and Benj for the Mets in the 8th. With 6 outs to work with, 4 runs to score. Will they do it? I don't know. Let's find out. I think we all know the answer, right? One fucking hit. One goddamn hit. If that's where Juan Mendy would have pulled Peralta already. Yep. He's got to fight out those aliens.
Nothing can beat me. I have talent.
That's the dumbest video I've ever seen in my life. And I've seen a lot of dumb videos. Looks like Max Meyer will go back out to the mound for the 8th inning. Unless they're pulling him. I don't know. He does look like Buzz. He does. He really does. He does look like Buzz Lightyear. I don't know if it was Evan who said it or it was Matt. But yeah, he does look like Buzz Lightyear. And like in no offensive way possible, but it's like the same like facial build. It's the same thing. Anthony Bender will come into the game to face Melendez. A 4-0 ball game. So Max Meyer's day is done, and he was fantastic. 7 scoreless innings on the Mets. Ends his day with just 1 hit, no earned runs, 3 walks, 8 strikeouts on 95 pitches. So Anthony Bender, one of my favorite pitchers, one of my favorite relief pitchers in the game, will face Melendez. First pitch in there for a called strike, sweeper. Bender not off to the best start, but he still has been effective. The 0-1, sweeper misses outside, and the count's now even. Melendez days, like we've said, they're likely numbered. His OPS is now fallen behind 700. So we know Jared Young is looking to come back. That sinker is in there for a strike, and it's 1-2. Bender's been through the ringer with a lot of injuries, but when he is healthy, he's been a very effective reliever. Somebody that I wanted to see the Mets get for a while, but never came through. 1-2. Slider misses outside, and the count's now even. Phillies are underway now after the rain delay against Cleveland. It's the bottom of the first. Nationals up 2-0 in Atlanta right now. Bottom 5th. That game is going on. Full count to Melendez with Torrens on deck. Three-two. Swung on a miss at a disgusting sinker. 1 out. Anthony Bender them over. Yeah. That'll bring up Torrens. He's 0 for 1 with a walk. And that nicks the outside corner, and it's 0-1. Wasn't this the exact score to this last? Yeah. Yep. At the end of this, yep. This was the same score, 4-0. Swung on and missed at that disgusting sinker. Like I said, this kid is just a beast of an arm. 0-2 to Torrens. And that sweeper is fouled off. Two extremely fun games in a row. Yes, I'm having a blast, you know. This is really fun. 0-2 to the Wrens. Swung on and miss. A sweeper outside. 2 down. That'll bring up Carson Benj. Here's a look at downtown Miami. Nice view. Beautiful city. I was actually in that area once. Took a tour of Marlins Park back when they had the sculpture in center field. Now it's on the outside of the stadium. That first pitch is in there for a strike against Carson Benj. He's 0 for 3 today. The 0-1 sweeper. Whew, God, that's got some ridiculous movement on it. Sweeper in there, and it's 0-1. Benj struck out twice, grounded out his last time up. He's 0 for 3. As all the bats had pretty much cooled down going into Miami. The 0-2 fouls that slider down the first base line. We'll do it again. Mets' top 3 in the lineup, which was red hot in D.C., is a combined 0 for 8 today with a walk driven by Soto. The 0-2 to Benj. In there for a called strike 3, but it looks like Benj is challenging that. He's not going to get it. And that's going to retire the side. So Bender comes in here, strikes out the side, like I kind of expected him to because he's a beast. Middle of the 8th, 4-0 Miami. So at least the bright side, we'll get to see Jonathan Pintaro pitch, right? Everybody's lining up to see this kid pitch, right? He was called up as the corresponding move for Zach Thornton being sent down to AAA. He made his debut in Washington earlier this week. Yeah, great challenge, right? Nothing going right at all. These bad challenges day after day really show us how unprepared our players are. The coaching staff needs to be looked at. The game should be either a selling point or buying point. This is terrible. No faith in 4 through 9. Yeah. This is just trash. Straight up trash. The only highlight here in this road trip is the Mets have not been using much of their bullpen for a majority of these last few games. So at least they're well rested, but this is just torturous baseball. Torturous. One goddamn run. One hit. If it wasn't for Mets Weekly, wouldn't be paying attention all season. Well, we appreciate that. All the support, guys. You've been awesome. Make sure to like the stream if you have not already. We're live tomorrow, 1:40 start time. It'll be 1:30, 10 minutes before first pitch. Matt will be doing the play-by-play. Jonathan Pintaro will make his 2026 debut. He made his debut last year. One relief outing. Didn't really go that well. I don't remember that going well. The first pitch is inside to Kyle Stowers. It's a 91-mile-an-hour cutter. The 1-0. That one misses inside, and it's 2-0. From what I remember from Pintaro, he's a mid-90s guy who can touch 97. That sinker is in there for a strike, and it's 2-1. He's had a good year so far in AAA. See what he can deliver here. 2-1. Swing and a miss at a sinker. And the count's now even. Stowers is 0 for 3 today. Struck out twice. Pintaro from Pelham, Alabama. 6'2", 235. That's a big dude. 28 years old. Was signed out of Indy Ball last year. Two-two to Stowers. Bounced foul down the first base line. Two-two. Popped up. And it looks like that'll go into the third base seats. First base seats, excuse me. 2-2. Still. Two-two from Pintaro. Lifted in the air. Center field. Carrying a little bit, but Ewing is under it. Makes the catch. 1 out. Gonna bring up Jacob Martzi, who's 0 for 2 with a walk. Who the fuck is that guy? Is the Mets hitting coach? A no-show job like The Sopranos. That's funny. That's good. First pitch to Marcy. Cutter misses upstairs. One zero. That cutter is fouled off. Middle. Check swing tapper. Goes back to the bat stop. Marcy, like I said, walked in the second, flew out in the third, and flew out in the fifth. One, two. Popped foul into the left field seats. There's the doze. One, two. Lined, caught. Easily by Brett Beatty. At third, 2 down. We have 1 hit in this game. Yes. 1 hit. 1 fucking hit. That brings up Connor Norby. There's a little bit of an on-field delay here. I don't know what's going on. Pizza box was flung onto the field, and grounds crew member is getting it, retrieving it, and taking it off the field. First pitch to Norby. Popped up on the infield. Bo Bichette calls it off. Makes the catch. 1-2-3 inning for the 2026 debut of Jonathan Pintaro. We go to the 9th. Mets last licks here. They've got 1 hit. It is going to be the 2, 3, and 4 hitters. Bichette, Soto, and Beatty. 4-0. Miami. In Miami. Yeah, Peralta did go 7 innings. 7-inning Freddie. Most exciting part of the game, a pizza box landed on the field. Exciting stuff. Yup, that's pretty much where we're going here, guys. Fucking pizza box on the field. Yep. I think we acquire Make-A-Wish candidates to be on our team every year. It's possible, considering the amount of guys we have in yearly turnover. By some randomness, right? One of them has to be. This team is what happens when you have the richest owner in baseball and somehow like these guys, lets guys, Stearns, play Moneyball. I will never understand. Well, they still have a really top payroll, but yeah, nothing has gone right. Nothing. I don't even know what to say anymore. It's historic how bad it's been. Anthony Bender back out to the mound for a second inning of work. He'll face Bo Bichette, Soto, and Beatty here in the ninth. Looking to finish out this game as that sweeper is in there for a strike. Bichette, 0 for 3 today. Reached on a fielder's choice in the third, but that was about it. Yoan popped up into foul territory. First baseman Connor Norby drops it, and that's going to be an error. So, haha. And Bichette remains alive in this AB. So that popped out of Norby's glove. Seemed like the first mistake that the Marlins defense has made this entire series so far. So it's 0-2 now to Bo. Oh, 2 from Bender. Fouled off. Bo has since cooled down since his great series in DC. They're just overpaying for 0 results. Yeah. They don't have a money roll. They don't have a money ball payroll. That's the thing. They continue to spend it on guys who can't perform. That slider misses low, and it's 1-2 to Bo with Soto on deck. One, two. That sinker misses high. That one is grounded to shortstop. Otto Lopez on to first. 1 out. Looks like we're getting a mound visit, so that'll probably be it for Anthony Bender. We'll probably see another guy to finish it out here. Clayton McLeod takes the ball from Anthony Bender. So 1 out here in the ninth, just to drag this game out even more, because that's so much fun. Bring in a new pitcher to face Soto. I don't know who it's going to be, but I'll let you guys know. Mets feel like the Cowboys of baseball. I mean, I don't know. They're not as delusional as Cowboys fans. Mets fans... Yeah, Mets fans know when to quit. Like, they know when the shit's not going well. There's some Mets fans that can be delusional. I mean, I guess. Maybe. I'd say that we're just kind of like the NL version of the Angels. Spend a bunch of money, don't spend it properly, waste away talent. Who's the all-star that got the one hit? It was Vientos, single. Yeah, there's things that they just don't do well. There's things they really just don't do well. Too statistic reliant. Sure. I'd say in some senses. They're very inconsistent with how they do it. That's the problem with me. Like, I don't care if you look at the numbers, to be honest. I love the numbers, but they're very inconsistent with the way that they do it. And that's what kind of just puts us all off balance. Andrew Nardi will come in to face Soto. Soto's 0 for 2 today with a walk. Nardi, the left-hander, pitched yesterday, and will pitch on back-to-back days as he will look to close this one out with the Mets' one hit today. This has been a joy to watch. And that first pitch fastball misses outside, and it's 1-0 to Soto. Soto walked in his first plate appearance ever since, has grounded out 2 times. The 1-0. That fastball is fouled back. Tyrone Taylor on deck to pinch hit for Beatty because, again, it's lefty-righty. Very important. Even though Tyrone Taylor has not really hit well this year. 1-1. Changeup misses inside. The 2-1. Sweeper fouled off. And it's 2-2 to Soto. Brett Beatty being pinch hit for by Tyrone Taylor on deck. And if he can get on, it would be Mark Vientos. Time is called. Is conference needed on the mound just to make this game even longer. Don't you guys always love that? I love when the game's longer. Especially when the team is torturing me while they play. Soto taps his foot with the bat. Adjusts his batting gloves. And he acknowledges the pitcher. And we're back here. 2-2 from Nardi. Sweeper misses outside. That draws up a full count to Soto. "3-2. Off Nardi, the pitcher, and it goes right into the glove of Otto Lopez. 2 down. Pretty much where it's been. Marlins magnet ball. So the Mets down to their final out here. Tyrone Taylor will pinch hit for Brett Beatty. First pitch low and inside. Taylor is 1 for 3 in his career against Nardi. So, great move by the Does, I guess. 1-0. Slap down the left field line. That's going to go all the way to the wall. And the Mets have their second hit of the day. Hey! Woo, everybody clap. Yay! So pinch hit, 2-out double by Tyrone Taylor. That'll bring up Mark Vientos, who actually has the other hit for the Mets. And that is the first runner in scoring position for the Mets throughout this entire series. Took 18 innings. Basically tells you how this is going. Here's Mark Vientos. First pitch, the slider misses from Nardi. Vientos, like I said, had the only hit for the Mets throughout its entirety of this game. 1-0. Lined base hit into left field. Taylor's going to round third, and he's going to head home as the Mets get here on the board. Get in the 2-out rally. Mets' third hit of the day. It's an RBI single for Mark Vientos. And the Miami lead is now cut to 4-1. Yay! Everyone clap. Chris Paul, baby. Chris Paul. Here's Ewing, who was struck out 3 times today. That first pitch changeup is in there for a strike. So I'm trying to avoid the golden sombrero here. The 0-1. Ground ball to the left side. Paulie's up with it, throws to first in time, and that'll be the ball game, folks. The Mets 1 run, 3 hits, no errors. The Marlins 4 runs, 8 hits, 1 error, as the Mets drop the first 2 games of this series in Miami. And their offense continues to be non-existent. 2 runs on 7 hits so far in this series. Max Meyer has a fantastic outing, continues his brilliant start to the season. 7 scoreless innings. The Mets get a total of 3 hits, 2 of them in that 9th inning. As the offense continues to be starved. This is now the 14th game of the season where the Mets have been held to 1 run or fewer. As this pitiful offense continues to be pitiful, Mets will look to spoil the sweep for Miami as they drop to 22-30 on the season, 8 games below 500. And that'll do it. So either way, for those of you in here, thank you guys so much for tuning into today's watch-along stream. Make sure to subscribe to the Mets Weekly YouTube channel. For podcast episodes, there will be one on Monday following the series finale, which will start at 1:30, that stream. If you want to watch, if you're watching on playback, you want to join the conversation live and with us in the future, make sure to turn on those post number notifications to know when we go live for Nets game. Like I said, Mets Marlins tomorrow at 1:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Make sure to follow Mets Weekly on X and on TikTok. Follow all of us individually. The links are all in the description. Let's go Mets, and we'll see you guys tomorrow. Boy, better baseball maybe? That would be nice. Everybody, for the Knicks fans in here, enjoy the Knicks. Don't let this ruin your day. Peace out, guys.